Hey, I'm Nick Rex.
And I'm Bobby Lambert.
And we're with the Florida SWAT Association. We're here at the National Tactical Officers Association Conference in Kansas City, Missouri.
The NTOA conference is a law enforcement conference that brings together tactical SWAT members and other law enforcement members to Kansas City here. It's once every year. They're here to learn about different tactics and different courses that they can take. And there's also a 2-day trade show that happens the first 2 days where you can look at different equipment to help better improve your team.
It should be noted that the Florida SWAT Association was not paid or offered any services for making these videos. The people featured in the videos gave the interviews kindly and agreed to do them to show off their new products.
Yep. So this is Aimpoint's new C2 optic, Acro C2. It's a carbine optic that is a new edition of the Acro pistol optic. Instead of a 3.5-minute emitter, it has a 2.5-minute dot. It comes with the lens caps that flip up and don't create any sightline disturbance. Uses a 2032 battery. On setting 7, it'll give you about 3 years of battery life. And it comes from Aimpoint with the user's choice of a Skellerworks mount, a Reptilia mount, or our OEM BNT 39mm mount. It's got good clear glass and standard Aimpoint quality in it.
My name is Mark Rame. I'm a retired fire chief out of Central Florida. Work for C3 Pathways. And what we're developing here is a virtual reality, VR reality training for crisis intervention. And we're asking people at this conference to come give their opinion on what we've got so far. This is actually the first rollout of this VR environment. And here in the environment you see on this one side is an apartment that we're going to use for VR training in the next couple of days with crisis intervention. And on the other side, we have threshold evaluation, which we can change the environment on the fly, allowing law enforcement officers to come in, evaluate doorways, hallways, rooms, and that type of an environment using VR for that type of approach.
All right, so I'm Ryan Mounts with Point Blank Enterprises. We're going to be showing you new for last year and this year, which is our Vanguard. This is our lightweight rifle-rated solution for law enforcement, military. It's going to come in 2 different sizes. We have our 20 by 30, and as well as our 21 by 36. And again, it's rifle-rated level 3. It stops .223, 5.56, M193, AK-47, and then of course our 308. If you take a look at our 20 by 30 right here, we have our rifle-rated viewport, edge-to-edge protection, bolter-rated rifle. We have our 800 lumen light. If you turn around on this side, we have our no additional holes drilled. We have our light, and all the wiring runs through the handle, so single drilled holes, padding for the handhold. So what I'll do is I will lift this up right here so I'm able to use it and also keep one hand free. We also have our dots right here on either side depending on which hand you are. And for the lighting, we have our button push as well as pressure pad. 3 different levels. We have on, we have a double tap to hold, and then we have a triple tap for the strobe. And again, two different sizes. We have our 20 by 30, we have our 21 by 36, and actually new for this year is 2 different color patterns. So traditionally shields come in the black color. We also are now offering it in the OD green. You'll take a look right over here. This is our orange one. This is our training shield. Obviously, because of the price of shields, a lot of agencies don't want to use their shields in a training application because they don't want to mess the shields up. So this shield is made out of non-ballistic material, but it still mimics the same weight as these shields, but again, gives them something that's a lower cost to be able to train with while still maintaining the same weight and thickness and everything that the standard shields needs to be. So this is our Vanguard solution, new for 2024.
Hi, my name is Merle Davis with Golden Goodridge Point Blank Duty Gear. I wanted to talk about our new Point Blank Duty Gear that we released this past January at SHOT Show. About a year and a half ago, we decided to we needed something new other than our traditional leather nylon, and came out with this squadron material, very lightweight duty belt with pouches. We've got all the different pouches it covers. It's got the radial, dump pouch, double mag case, you name it, we've got it. Comes in 4 different colors, comes in the black, the Ranger green, multicam, and the Coyote. So, like I said, very lightweight. The use of the pouches are attached with tack wraps. Very easy to install. Take off on it, and then just attach right back on it the same way. Like I said, the durability on these with the tack wraps, you can't even pull those off on it. Very strong on that. Like I said, very thin, very lightweight. Different pouches, like I said, got the rifle mag. One other thing is we also offer it kind of in the plain slick look, kind of for the duty belt, and then also in the laser tank track. Pouch-wise is pouches are multi-use, so we've got the tack wrap for it to go on the belt, or then you can pull the wrap out and use for the MOLLE vest. So it's a dual pouch, so you can use it either or on that. Again, we just released it this past January. It's been very successful. I've had a couple large departments order from us, getting some great feedback, and interested, please reach out to us.
Hey, Florida SWAT Association. My name is Jim Massery, and I'm the U.S. Sales Manager for Lenco Armored Vehicles, home of the Bearcat in Pittsfield, Massachusetts. Many of you have purchased Bearcats from us. We're really grateful for your patronage, and we look forward to serving you and your SWAT community more and more into the future. So what you see behind me is a brand new Lenco Bearcat G3. The G3 is the version of the truck with the 4 super single tires and the run flats. Many people ask me what is the difference between the G3 and the G2. The G2 has dual rear wheels, more of a highway tire, 2 in the front, 4 in the rear, but the truck body is exactly the same. There is no difference at all. Same length, width, armor rating, and standard equipment. So what you're looking at is a 12-man vehicle now, 4 seats per side in the rear, 2 in the middle, 2 in the front. Plus you got this adjustable height gunner stand, which is recently patented and works smoother and better than ever. So it goes flush to the floor. You've got tall guy, average height guy, shorter fella. And then of course our standard 50 caliber rated ballistic shield. Remember, when looking at an armored vehicle, if your shield isn't 50 caliber rated, you got the wrong shield, because that's where you need the most armor. When you got a man topside, you want to make sure he's protected. Gun ports. Still work with one hand. Open and close with one hand. The reason you need that is so that you don't have to let down your rifle. Put it aside to open or close a gun port. Interoperability. It's something we've been preaching about for 25 years. Why? Because when you're on a job and a bullet bounces off of your Bearcat and somebody rolls in with their Bearcat, you're going to be able to tell them, hey, there's lead flying, but we're good. If they roll in with another brand armored vehicle, you can't tell them that because you don't know what they're driving. You can't tell them they're good, or vice versa. If they roll in with a knockoff of a Bearcat and it's bleeding lead, and they tell you, hey, we got a problem, they may be scaring you off for no reason, because your Bearcat will probably take what theirs couldn't. So as you step inside the vehicle, you see our armor-plated running boards. Also, the same material we use for the vertical panels of the truck, 1/2-inch armor plate. You stand up on top of this running board. Because it's double welded, you're not going to have to worry about shear bolts that are going to break off underneath, because it was a bolted on running board system. Not what you want. As you get inside the truck, you see you got pretty good headroom. Although I can't stand up all the way, there's a lot more headroom, and some of the taller guys that are in the older Bearcats have mentioned that when their helmets are on, they're just about touching the ceiling. And you can see I'm at 6'3". You don't have to touch the ceiling with your helmet on. Truck is still built on the Ford F550 Super Duty. 2 engines available. The new 7.3 V8 gasoline. It's got more power than the old V10, so don't be afraid of that gasoline motor, especially in Florida, because you don't have any mountains to climb there, and that'll save you some money as well. You know, we also have some new features that some of you may know about, like the door hold opens. Let me show you that. Before we show you that, let me show you this ballistic skip round shield. Our ballistic skip round shields can hang from the side or from the rear. So if you're doing them from the side, you want to put them end to end. You get 2 of those. That'll give you 12 feet of ballistic protection. If you do it from the rear, you can even have this staged on the back side of the running board, so that when you drive straight up someone's driveway, before you jump out, you can just open these back doors and throw it to the ground. And that way, when you do get out, your ankles and feet are protected. Remember, rounds don't actually skip off the ground, they skim along the ground. So if somebody tells you, well, I got a ballistic skip round shield that drops from inside, but it doesn't touch the ground, it's not going to work. Because the rounds are not like flat rocks off a pond. They skim and stay right on the ground until they hit you or hit something. So the hold opens on the side. This is also kind of new. As you can see, in the new 4-door, we've made the door about 4 inches wider than the previous 4-door version. And also, when you go to throw this door open, it stays open. In order to shut it, just tap on it with the heel of your hand or your foot, and then when you shut it, heavy-duty door stops, canvas straps just aren't going to work, or chains are just not going to work. So, as you can see, this particular Bearcat by Shawnee PD, they bought some of their own accessories. If you look at the top, they had a local supplier put a really bright light on the roof of that. So Bearcats are designed so that you can do your own modifications after the fact. So even if there's an option we don't carry or that you want, chances are you're going to be able to make that modification yourself. Well, that's a quick walk around. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks very much for your time.
How you doing, guys? One of our new products that we've just come out with is the DRS Thermal. This is a red dot with thermal capabilities. You can run it as a red dot, passive shooting right through the optic. You can run just thermal alone. This thing is about 60 hertz, so refresh rate is real fast. It's real good. We also run it with one of our tried and true magnifiers. It's a 3X. Cleans up the picture really nice. Shoot real far with it. I've shot about 300 with it so far, and it's right on. Another version of that is our night vision version of DRS, and DRS stands for Digital Reflex Sight. So this is the night vision version, and we'll pair it with our Iris, which is our new laser designator. It's a V-cell laser. It will be out in a couple months. It has adjustable IR illuminator and has a slaved and visible laser, so you can just zero that one. We're making our own switch now, which is pretty nice, and this is going to be real popular. It's a small footprint, so I think that's going to be good. I also want to show you guys the SCRS rifle sight. So very small red dot, which has a SCS technology, which is solar charging sight. Once it charges, it holds a charge for about 20,000 hours, but any ambient light that comes into the system continually charges it, so it's virtually unlimited charge. You can adjust it comes in green or red, and you can adjust the reticles. So this one is paired with our 221. We also have a 321 version laser designator, which is very popular with LE. So yeah, thank you.
Yeah, ready when you are.
Hey, it's Bobby Lambert, the Florida SWAT Association. I'm here with Jeff Zimmon. We're at the Brain HQ booth at the NTOA conference, and he's going to tell us a little bit about his product and what it can do for law enforcement officers.
So I'm the co-founder of the company that developed this with a world-renowned neuroscientist. And originally we discovered that as you get older, your brain slows down. That also happens with every head injury. You kind of had peak performance generally in your late teens, early 20s. But what we found in aging was the brain is plastic. It's capable of change at any age. And that these exercises, like working out at the gym, are good for your brain in that you can make your brain faster and more accurate. And then we kind of we started with people who needed some help, and then we realized we could help anyone when we started working with sports stars. When we got a call from Tom Brady about this, before he went on to win his last 4 Super Bowl rings, we said, well, this has some application. And then we got a call from Thor Eels, who runs NTOA, who says, I think this would work with policing. You got any information on that? And I said, we have 3 studies on that published last year. And we started working with NTOA, and NTOA is bringing this program to police departments and SWAT teams all over the world.
So how would a person that wants to do Brain HQ, like where would they go about getting involved in it?
Well, you can come to us, but I'd tell you you're going to get a better deal if you go to the NTOA website at ntoa.org, and then you'll see a button in the middle of the homepage that says Brain HQ. You can click on that. You can get it for yourself, or your department can get a program for your department where NTOA is going to supply coaches and classes and really make sure that everyone goes through it and record the changes that people are going to see, because people are going to get faster and more accurate and better at policing.
Okay. Will it help me win a Super Bowl ring?
I'm sure if you're in the Super Bowl, you will win.
Yeah.
I'm guarantee that for you.
Okay. All right. I'm here with Scott Blakeley, the Plata County Sheriff's Office SWAT team. He's a recent recent purchaser of the Brain HQ. He's going to tell us a little bit about what it's done for him and his team.
So our team, we bought a year-long subscription for Brain HQ, and we put our entire SWAT team through a 12-week program that they start off with, and it focuses on building and developing the cognitive neural pathways for getting information in and processing that information across the board. Every single one of our operators had said that they noticed improvements in their ability to comprehend the world around them and do it more quickly. It was tough getting buy-in from everybody, but through NTOA kind of giving us a rundown on what the benefits are, as well as knowing what it's the other agencies, governmental, that have used this system in the past. It's been really great for our agency. We're trying to keep it going, that way we can stay with it. But every single person has noticed their ability to read license plates that are driving the other way, take 100 milliseconds and see something, but actually cognitively be aware of everything that you saw. And so it's been super helpful for our team, and we believe it enough to show up and just give them a hand.
So it's just something that helps exercise the brain and allow you to process what you're seeing faster and then retain that information?
Yeah, and so it's like you don't have to think about what you're seeing. Right. When you go through this program, you have the ability, your brain is just going to be absorbing this information, and when you need to be making those split-second decisions based on super limited intake of information, these programs have helped streamline our operators' ability to function.
Is there anything that you saw specifically that was like that one moment that you realized, hey, this is working? A story or something that happened?
So for me personally, when I'm driving around and you only get the blink of an eye to look at a parking lot or a business or something like that, and actually being able to say, there were 4 people walking around in 2 cars, and you know what the cars were. Other people, the big thing was license plates. As they're driving by them, they would just catch the briefest view of that license plate, and a couple blocks later they would be able to recall that license plate, even though they never put any real cognitive pressure into remembering it.
Okay. All right. Well, I appreciate you talking with us, and hopefully you can make it down to Florida.
Hey guys, Dave Roden here. We're at NTOA. I'm going to show you the Greg Thompson Sock P fanny pack. We developed this with him from Special Operations Combatives Program. So first of all, you can wear it like a fanny bag, but if you want to be like all the hip young kids, you got to throw it over the shoulder and run it like a sling bag, right? On the outside here is a place where I can put in my cell phone. I can interact with it. If you're in the military, you're running ATAX or ITAX software, I can interact with it from here through the screen. But the other cool thing about this is if you're doing low vis operations or surveillance, I can actually take this flap, tuck it away to the inside, and now my cell phone becomes a body cam. If I have an iWatch, I can activate it from here. I can take pictures, video, surveillance. When I'm done, just cover that up, and I can get to that from either side regardless of the orientation, right? Next layer out is a place here where I can kind of set this up for admin. I can do it for IFAC, escape and evasion, or just my snack bar, right? So I got a pocket here that stretches out, another pocket here, key fob, and a zipper mesh pocket for my stow or stash, right? Next layer out from there would be my kind of go-to pocket. So this has lockable zippers. I can set this up for a right side pull or a left side pull. If I open that up, you notice I have enough room for a full frame Glock 17. If I need more room, I can actually take that muzzle, slide it behind the wings over here, and now I have enough room here for extra mags if I need to. If I don't want to use this as my holster, then another option is I can take this and undo this and run this through my favorite Kydex holster like a belt and Velcro that into place. Okay. Behind here is a place where I can do ballistic panels if I need some extra coverage, right? And then behind that, on the opposite side, is this little admin panel. So this admin panel, Greg developed for the U.S. Marshals. So obviously you can put in pins, chem lights, highlighters, etc., and loose change. However, when U.S. Marshals travel, sometimes they can't always take their firearm with them when they go to apprehend fugitives, depending on the country that they're going to. So if I need to, I can just take this out, wrap this around, hold this, and now I have an improvised stab. 2 rolls of quarters will happen to fit in here perfectly, just giving you a heads up. And because it's currency, you can now take this as your carry-on, right? So that just tucks back away, and then Velcros that right back to the inside. When I'm all done, I'm going to close this up. I'm going to show you one more feature on the body side, and then we'll seal this up here. So lastly, on the body side, I got a pocket here where I can put quick reference guides, maps, documents, first aid, etc. I can clip on knives or flashlights to this. If I don't want the wing sticking out, we'll tuck it away behind here. And because we developed this with Greg, who has the Sock P dagger, we have a place here, obviously, where I can put the dagger. So that is the Sock P fanny pack. Learn more about it at vertex.com.